In my opinion, after 20 years of observing I will call it the revert, convert, and born Muslim relationship, it's always going to be toxic, in my opinion. It started off as, reverts converting to Islam here on YouTube, and Muslims will praise them like they're the Sahaba. That's a very common compliment. You're just like the Sahaba. And so these reverts will get a line and they will just speak whatever that's on their mind, and they will get criticized for it by born Muslims. Hey, that's not part of the religion, except they would say it in a very mean way. Nowadays, the way that the social media is adjusted is that it's a lot more friendly. It's a lot more user friendly. There are certain things that are kind of filtered out, and that's a good thing. But it's also a bad thing because the reverts still have this ego that they pump up. I just saw two reverts recently. One is saying that the jinn is defined as gut parasites, and the other one was saying that a certain news network is the taghut, meaning a false god that is worshipped. And no scholar came before him and said that, but he still said it. So now going to the born Muslim, it's very toxic because the born Muslim is looked at as someone that needs to perform for their religion. They need to be a good Muslim. And this societal pressure has eaten so many born Muslims alive. I remember that I don't like to reveal my past and sins or whatever, but I used to volunteer at a masjid, and one night I was so frustrated with Muslims, and this other lady was too. We both went to the nightclub, and then she told me, I just want to be a good Muslim. I want to be looked at as a good Muslim. And I'll never forget that because I was frustrated with the Muslims at the time. And they tend to think like the born Muslim who is given the khutbah, for example, is like, oh, they're naggy, they're this, they're that. But if a revert, gives a speech, they're like, oh, mashallah, he's like the Sahaba. So this societal pressure and this toxic online dynamic, this little thinking of, born Muslims, they took Islam for granted. That's not true. Excuse me. A lot of us were born in families where the family did not practice at all, and we had to find Islam on our own. So it was a struggle. And that's something that I think both of us needs to understand, that the revert is not better and the born Muslim is not better. We both have our struggles. So just keep that in mind